Welcome, everyone. Hi, Shilly. Hi, Gwyneth. Can you all hear me today? I hope. I have pre checked everything. I have checked the sound, and as far as I know, you can hear me today. Would you please write and let me know that you can hear me? You can? Is that a heart? Is that a good thing? Please drop a little chat with me and let me know you can hear me. Hi, can you all hear me? Put a thumbs up, say a yes. I had problems. I went from a Mac Pro to a Mac Air. Okay. Hi. Shilly, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. So I I wanted a lighter weight Mac to work with, and I got the Air, which, it's only 2.5 pounds. Thank you, everyone. You can hear me. Yay. It's not intuitive. I don't know what it is. I was checking all the settings last week. I was going crazy. Everything was perfect. I go on in a private session with myself the evening before I shoot this, and I make sure that I can hear myself, that everything is good, that everything's working, and then I erase it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. This is a good program that I wanted to share with you. And I want you to know that we focus so much on what's wrong in relationships. And I want to give you some guidance as to what is right so that when you are in something with somebody, you know, yeah, I'm feeling loved. This feels good to me. So today I'm going to talk about 5 signs that show that they love you. Reham, I answered your question at the very top of the hour, and I say hello to everybody. So this is my shout out minute. Those of you who just want to hear the material, skip ahead for 1 minute. Right now, I want to say hi to Shilly, Gladys. Shilly, thank you for telling me you could hear me. Valerie, Richard, how you doing? You can hear me. Uh, Reham, yes, I answered your question in the beginning. Kits, Danny, Linda. Oh, Linda McMullen. Oh, wow, you're here. I know so many of you from other platforms. I love this. And of course, dear Gwyneth is with me. That's an unpaid position, and I thank you so much. Gwyneth is very, very special, and so is B. All right, so let's get down to the 5 signs that show that they love you. All right, first of all, they are truly interested in you as a person. Their interest in you goes beyond agenda. They're not with you because of resources and what you can offer them. They're not with you because you have a fabulous house, you have great parties, you have a car and they need a ride someplace. Their interest lies specifically in you. And that is what is so important nowadays. Many of you have probably dated somebody who got a lot of mileage from being with you. You're attractive, you've got something going on, and you were basically their showpiece, which was reflecting back on them, not on you. I remember uh, I had a fellow come visit my house, and we were in a committed relationship, right? But he came into my home, and I have a lot of photographs, and didn't bother to look at any of the photos. Was basically looking for, like comfort, like where's the TV? Where's the refrigerator? It was just like it was about him. And I noticed that. And then I remember having another person in my home stopped at every photograph, wanted to know all about, oh, who's this? Is that your mom? Oh my God. Look at that photo of her. So my mother was a professional big band singer. And in some of the photographs that I show of Nika, who has found a place to sleep in my library, there's a photo, some of the publicity pictures of my mom, because she was quite famous. And so I have these all over the house because, I mean, she was pretty cool. The first guy didn't ask me a thing about it because he didn't care. I didn't want to know that at the time. You know, we go through different stages of being honest with ourselves. Sometimes we want so much to believe that they love us that we convince ourselves to find little signs that they do. And then there's us being honest and noticing. Now, each human being has a different way of showing us. So I don't want you to confuse the fact that they might not be saying it with the actions that prove that they do love you. but I want to help you get crystal clear on knowing when somebody really does care, because some of you miss it. You are looking for one factor that proves, like, oh, I've got to be married, or they have to, I don't know, love seeing my aunt every weekend and sitting at a table hearing gossip. I mean, it's whatever it is. I don't want you to miss the big factors. So, one, they pay attention to you, they are interested in you, just you, and not you in reference to them. That's the difference. So, you get that, everybody? Because that's important. They really are interested in you. Okay. And that's because they want to know how to please you. When they're interested in you, what's important to you is important to them because you're high priority. And so so they're just not there for the good times only, they're there for the whole thing. And that's important. Okay. And number two, they support you and your dreams, and they believe in you. And they'll believe in you in times when you don't believe in yourself, but they won't, blow smoke at you. They'll tell you honestly. This is important because in some relationships, you'll experience competition, and you shouldn't be competing with your partner. And if you feel that they're competing with you, it's not you, they can love you, whatever they think that word means. People have different capacities. There's a difference between love and in love. People can love the way you make them feel. They can love the fact that you're there to nurture them. They can love the fact that you have a home that they stay in. They can love the fact that you have really cool friends. They can love the sex that you have with them. But loving you is different. And being in love with you, that's much deeper. And that is something that you will feel inside yourself. There will be a safety, a stability, a security. And I'm probably jumping ahead in one of the five signs. But number two is that they support you and your dreams because they are your teammate. The most important decision that you will ever make in your life, it's not necessarily where you live, it's not your job, it's not any of that, it's not the degree in college. It will be the person that you put by your side because they will be your mirror. And they're either a dirty mirror or they're a clean mirror that reflects you accurately. You want the clean mirror that reflects you in your highest light and is honest with you, supports you, but is also looking out for your best interest. And if you have a blind spot, that they are alerting you to this. So that is a person who loves you. They support you. Um, they've got to be your number one cheerleader. So I'll tell you a personal story. I notice that like a lot of coaches don't reveal personal things about themselves where they've been less than stellar. But I think it's important because we all have an evolution in our life. And I've had a normal life. I've found my way to this career quite by accident. But along the way, I didn't have any instruction. I didn't have resources like YouTube and podcasts. We didn't have that back then. We had some books. And I remember it was the 1980s, and I was bouncing between opera singer, operetta, acting, things like that. And it was a really big deal to be in a Woody Allen film. And he would have general cattle calls. And don't you know, each time he'd be behind a scrim. You couldn't really see him. You walk onto a stage, he just got a feeling about you. I was cast 3 times in one-liners. They're like speaking roles. It's like a one-liner. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal because I didn't have an agent for this stuff. And my father was also not well at the time, and I was flying back and forth between New York City and Denver, where my parents were. And every time I would go out of town for like a quick week or 5 days, I was waiting for a call from the casting director because they tell you like when you're going to have the costume call and when the script is coming, all this stuff. They give you all the details. And we had answering machines at that time period. And I would ask my boyfriend every single night. I'd call in. I'd say, "Did they call?" He's, "Nope, no calls." I came back to discover that they had called me repeatedly. He just didn't give me the message. He didn't want me to succeed. And he didn't want me to succeed or do anything notable because then, in his mind, I might wake up and go, "Oh, I don't need him." So that was a power trip. I was too young, too naive to see it at the time. I didn't know. I figured there was something wrong with the answering machine. It was when I called the casting director and I said, "I'm sorry, I haven't heard from you." They said, "Susan, we've been trying to get a hold of you. We left numerous messages. We had to recast you. You didn't even respond." So part of that was on me. I should have been more proactive, but I also wanted to be polite and not like be, "When are you calling me? When are you calling me?" So I've learned the hard way that somebody can love you and be jealous of you. Somebody can love you and be in competition with you. Now, does anybody have any questions? If so, you can put it into super chat. You're all very quiet, so I don't know what's going on. I will continue with my monologue unless you ask me a question about love and being in love. Okay, continuing onward. Now, number 3, they pay attention to the things that make you happy. You need to have them do that because they want to please you. They notice the little things, just as you do when you're in love with somebody else. These are important factors. And that's because the small things are big things and they're important to you. Thank you, Gwyneth. Everything's fine here. Okay. Number 4, they are willing to work on the relationship. Now, I know this is big for a lot of you. They're willing to work on the relationship. And the reason is that when we're not emotionally invested, we don't care. And you know how badly that feels to be on the receiving end when you know that they don't care. You know that you're trying to tell them something you need, something you want, and you kind of know they don't care enough to even listen. They're listening, but they're never going to do it. So the person who loves you wants the relationship to work. They have their human flaws. Don't think they don't. But they are actively trying to stay engaged and stay with you because you are important. The relationship is important. Okay. And it's a beautiful thing when they care to learn about you, when they care to listen to what you want and what you need, and when they care enough to know, what can I do? How can we make this better? That's your person. And maybe you feel this right now. I hope you do. Maybe you've had it in the past and you're going to have it again. So I want you to know that that is one of the signs. The last one, they are proud to be with you, and they reflect that publicly as well as privately. Now, I am saying this for many of you who are millennials and you were caught in the middle of a hookup culture. And I am so sorry for the decade-long or 2 decades of experiences you have gone through. It is so horrible because you probably have struggled to find a committed relationship, and you think it's you, then you think it's them, then you think it's you again, then you think it's them, then you just opt out. And I realize that you've had a horrible, horrible experience, most of you. Many of you found your way to love. I'm kind of mystified by that, but you did. So I want you to know that the people that you've been with, that you've been sleeping with, shouldn't just show up at your house. They can't wait to show you off in public. And that means what I call inclusion. You know exactly where you are if you don't get invited to certain events. There's a wedding and you're with this person, you're sleeping with them, but you don't get invited because that's family only and they're not showing you off. Because basically you're in the bedroom or you're with a small group of people. Worse yet, they haven't even introduced you to their friends. And while they may be the center of your world, you are not the center of theirs. So the way you love somebody, when you know how you love, you should feel that from them as well, to their capacity. All right. There will be people who withdraw, like Reham was talking about her partner withdrawing, pulling away because he was struggling financially. Guys will do that. They feel badly about themselves. They don't feel worthy of a relationship. It's centuries of encoding that a man takes care of a woman. And even in a dual income time period, it's still in there. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It means they're struggling. And Reham, like I said to you at the top of the show, doesn't mean that your words are going to help him. I love you. I don't need that from you. They don't hear that. We know that self-esteem, our feeling about ourselves, isn't something that can be changed by what somebody says on the outside. It's an inside job. It's good that you support him, but understand it's going to take him to find his own way back to you. So when somebody can't contribute financially, they've got to see how they are valuable and needed in other aspects of the relationship. One is protection, safety and security. Somebody's bothering you. You're scared. You need their help. They'll be there in a flash. That's how they show they love you, right? So everybody shows it in a different way. Some don't verbalize it, but don't think they don't love you. They can love you deeply, wildly. So I want you to know that they're proud of you. They speak well of you in public. They don't trash you the minute you walk out of the room. This is not love. They can't believe that they have somebody as magnificent as you. And even if it's been a couple of years and you've been together and like you're pissed off with each other, at the end of the day, you're still a couple. Okay? I want to go over the fact that they won't always tell you verbally. And those of you who have followed my many live shows where I digress and talk about certain consultations that I've had and certain other factors, you might remember me telling you the story about the woman who knew in her heart of hearts, because I asked her if she felt loved by her partner, and she said she did, but he never told her. And I gave her the formula to allow him to say that because he didn't feel there was a place for him, because all she referred to was her deceased husband as being the, quote, love of her life, end quote. And when I heard her say that in our conversation, in our session, it was just a fleeting comment, but it went ding, ding, ding. And I asked her if she'd ever said that to him. She said, oh, yes. I said, yeah. So what position does he hold? Why would he tell you he loves you if there's no place for him? Your dead ex-husband is the one who's the love of your life. Why would he say that? I told her exactly what to say to this man, exactly how to say it, exactly when to say it. And when she did that exact formula, he just blurted out, oh my God, I love you. I love you. Because he'd been waiting for permission to hold that space in her heart and in her mind. Each one of you is different. If your partner is not telling you that they love you, but you know they do, and you're dying to hear it, and you know it shouldn't be necessary, but you want it, please contact me. We'll go through a session. I'll tell you exactly how to handle it from your position with what's going on and the verbiage you need, because half the time we just don't need we don't know the right words to say. When you know the right words to say, it comes out very easily on the other end. So thank you for the hearts. I love this. Again, if you have any certain questions, put them in super chat. Otherwise, I will catch what I can here. CM, at what point should a man say, I love you? A man should say, I love you when he absolutely knows it in his heart and soul. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 months and he's still not said 3 months is early. Guys take longer. Certain men, we can fall very quickly in the straight world. I think, well, just females, I think, can fall much more quickly. Because we're more of a package deal and men are more, I don't know, they take a little bit longer to process. It's not their fault. Their emotional center is like a fraction of ours, just biologically. That's true. It's like the head of like an eraser on a pencil, and ours is like the size of a walnut. So it takes them longer. Okay, let me go back to this, CM. I know it's different for everyone, but When is it a red flag? Um, at 3 months, you are in the honeymoon phase. And honestly, you might be in the honeymoon phase. You might think you love them and you like them a lot, but you don't know them yet. I don't care if you spent every single day together in bed for 3 months, you still don't really know them. You know what you want to know so far, and you know some of the things that are coming into focus. You're in that cloud bubble right now. You're in that hormonal intoxication, not your fault. It's nature's way to get us into the breeding. Okay, it's not our fault. It's biologically programmed. We're supposed to be, okay, let's make babies. It's what's happening, okay? So those of us who are choosing to try and see what's going on and be more mindful, we have to focus through that a little bit. The question to ask is not the words. Okay, there's a couple conversations here. Every person who's ever said to me, um, who who's relayed the story of, the "Do you love me?" to their partner. Okay, number one. If you have to say to a partner that you've been involved with for more than 9 months or a year, "Do you love me?" Chances are they don't, and you know it. Why are you asking them? The people who need to know, "Do you love me?" One, anxious attachers, probably with an avoidant, not in the right relationship, and not getting their needs met. And the only reason they're asking, "Do you love me?" is they are looking for a verbal confirmation to override their internal instincts of, "I'm not getting my needs met." That's what's happening. They're looking for permission to stay blind to the truth that their heart and their soul already knows. So please don't ever say to somebody, "Do you love me?" If you've got to ask that question, ask yourself first. In my heart of hearts, do I know? Do I feel this person loves me? Because that is your real answer. Okay? So don't stress CM at 3 months. Some people are very guarded and cautious, and it will take them a year to let you pass the test. Don't let them test you, but in their mind, when they say it, they want to know they're saying it for the right reason. You also have to ask yourself, do I feel that this person is capable of love? Many people are boxed up. Like I say, they've got one miserable little teaspoonful, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm afraid I'm going to spill it and lose all the love I've ever had. Oh my God, it's so precious." Our love is endless. It's a fountain. I mean, we were born with this capacity. And when you turn off the spigot, that's when you're in trouble. And these people have a little drip because they're so terrified. But I don't think this is this situation. It's not a red flag. You don't know each other well enough. And please don't think you're in love with them. Honestly, I got to be real with you. You're not in love with them yet. You're in love with the idea of somebody wanting you. We all want to feel safe. I'm very honest about it. I like to go into a relationship and know that they're in love with me. I'll figure out whether I'm in love with them later. I'm being honest. I used to say that in my old videos, get them in the gate, close the gate, and then figure out what you want to do with them. It's not nice. It's self-protection. I'm being real. It's like when you go on a first date. You want them to want you. Whether you want them or not, you'll think about it. But we have to be honest with ourselves, right? When you discover over time that this is a really special person, that's when the love takes root. And you can say, "I love you," a lot sooner than it really is inside you. Because again, being in love with somebody isn't just infatuated, the good times, the high and the blissful feeling. We want to say that when we feel this way. What we are actually saying is, "I love this feeling that I have right now. You brought me the feeling, so I'm sure that I love you." But it's not that. We love the way we are feeling in this time, in this place, in this moment, and confusing that with being in love with them. Okay. So that's the deal. Let me get back to this because I know you've written more. Let's see. Also, Susan, you rock. It's such a pleasure to catch you live. Thank you, CM. Shilly, quiet because I love hearing your life experiences. I've had profound experiences. I got good ones, I got bad ones, I've got the whole thing. The worst thing anybody can do who's a coach or a mentor or somebody that you value is to have them lie to you and make you think that their life is amazing because it's not. That's the kiss of death. Decades ago, before most of you were even born, probably, I don't know, there was a very famous TV hostess and her equally famous husband who came out with a series of communication tapes to keep their marriage together. And they were promoting it on these infomercials. And she was quite notable. He was incredibly famous. And they're talking about how their love kept them together. It's all about you can have a communication tape like they did. And within them, I remembered watching this way before I did this work. And I'm thinking, oh man, that's a mistake. Because they were basing the legitimacy of their conversation and their they were validating themselves by, look, I've got this partner. You can too. This proves that I know what I'm talking about. Within a month, he was caught in a sexual affair. Huge, huge. And I'm not going to go into detail because that's better for me not to. But it blew up in the papers because it was a very public place in a very public situation and caught red-handed. Imagine how that TV hostess felt looking at you can be just like us with the great communication, which has kept our relationship together. And meanwhile, he's having an ongoing affair. So you got to be real. We are just humans. None of us, none of your people, no matter how great they are that you watch, even your spiritual people, they're human. They may try to be the better human, but they are still human beings. So do not look to them to be perfect. If they try to make you think they got their life together, that's a big mistake because something will always catch them up where you're like, oh man, I thought this guy was so cool. He believed in family values and he got divorced by his wife and he's got an affair with somebody half his age. You're like, yeah, he's human. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Going on from here. Shilly. Okay. Hi there. Susan, why so many of us reject or sabotage the relationship we once said we wanted? Really interesting question. Sometimes what we think we want is influenced by those around us. And when we actually get what they want for us, because we thought that that was the right choice, then we don't want that. And that's our truth. Other times we're scared to get what we want because we wanted it for so long that we built up so much energy around wanting it that when we get it, we're like, oh shit, what do I do with it now? Now what do I want? How do I step into it? So maybe you're talking about healthy relationships. Okay. Oh, Richard, thank you so much. Let me go back to this. Do we really want what we say we want, or hang on, what we want is just a fantasy that is different from what we need? Okay. Okay. Richard, thank you so much. I can see the $20. Thank you so much. Let me finish this. We need to have a realistic expectation of what another human being can do and be in our lives. Okay. They're not miracle workers. They're not perfect. These fantasy partners that we build up in our minds oftentimes are hopeful imagining that somebody is going to be dropped into our lives and make us have a completely different life. It's the Cinderella story. And yes, we can partner with somebody who has vast resources and suddenly be elevated to a lifestyle where, like, oh my God, oh, I will never fly commercial again, right? Because you've got your own jet, and that's fabulous. But it's not always that. We imagine sometimes the fantasy that trips us from finding real love and identifying true love is oftentimes that we imagine it to be so different than it really is. Real love might come with all the bells and whistles, and good on you if you get that. But real love is that solid person that is there to whom we are attracted. Okay? You've got to feel a sense of attraction. And the attraction might be starting internally by respecting their character and then seeing that they morph into a more beautiful, desirable package. It could be that the time that you spend with them over and over again just makes you feel so good and so strong. You see some couples together and you're like, God, what does she see in him? Jesus, it's got to be money. And sometimes it is, but it's more. I remember a friend telling me there was an exquisitely beautiful woman in her apartment building, and she was with this like really disgustingly ugly looking guy. And my friend asked her point blank, couldn't stand it one day and said, I got to ask you, we're all wondering, like, are you really in love with this guy? And the woman turned and snapped at her and she said, in this man's eyes, I am a queen. And I love that he loves me, and I love him because he loves me. Now, was she on a high receiving end? Yeah. But I mean, I don't personally believe that you should be sleeping with somebody you find repugnant. I mean, you've got to at least enjoy them. But I think that being in love with somebody and finding love is a much deeper conversation. Sometimes we think, because of society's pressure, that we should go for a certain type of person, maybe like an Instagram perfect person, the, alpha male succeeding in business that's knocking it out and doing a cold plunge at 5 a.m. and working out hard in the gym with a perfect 6 or 8 or 12 pack. And or the girl that looks like an Instagram model who's also doing charity work and feeding little poor babies someplace in the world. I mean, these are idealized versions and they're not even real half the time, right? This is marketing. So we have to look past all the garbage. And then we have to realize that on the backside of this conversation, sometimes we have only known mismatch and disharmony. So when we find ourselves in a healthy relationship with somebody who's honest and trustworthy, we're bored to death. Like, there's no action. There's nothing going on here. I'm just bored. At least give me some game because I don't feel anxious anymore. I don't know what I'm not feeling anything because I'm so triggered to only react. And you're making me just respond uh, and be proactive here. I don't know what's going on. I'm so used to living in chaos and drama that's what I find exciting. So that's the question. Very long way around it. Richard, I need to get to you now. As a millennial, I confirm that dating experience has been confusing as hell. Shilly, I I so apologize for that experience. It's just horrible, horrible for all of you. Okay, let's see Google Lens here. All right, so let me get on to Richard. I'm going to try and get back in this. Oh, what's the definition of love? Let me get back to you, Jessa. Okay, Richard. Okay, let me go down, 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 down. Okay, Richard, $20. Huge thanks, Richard. I like you so much. You're such a nice gentleman. A recent partner declined to introduce me to family after 3 months of dating. Her reason was her siblings were loyal to her ex after being divorced 10 years. I didn't buy it and broke up with her. Overreaction? No, you sensed it was more than that. If it's true, why go further? Because if it's true, which I don't think it is, that means you're never going to have a place because they want her to be with the ex. She should have been proud to show you off at 3 months. Like, I did an improvement here. I did an upgrade. Yeah. Exes are exes for a reason. You did the right thing on both levels. It's true, then you got a problem with a family. And when you are with a person, you're with their family. And if it's not true and she made it up, she was excluding you, you bail. So good on you. Right choice in both cases. Okay. Uh, disgustingly ugly guy, Susan. I almost spit out my coffee. I told you I tried to date patently ugly men, right? Oh, it was a nightmare. I had I think I've told you all this before. So I had a girlfriend who said to me, Susan, you only date gorgeous guys. And I said to her, and the problem is, And she said, "You date these young, gorgeous guys." Because I was only in the gym. Remember, I don't drink, I don't take drugs, and I don't go to an office. So, I mean, where am I going to go? I went to the gym, and that's where I met obviously beautiful, attractive men who were drug and alcohol free and living a positive lifestyle. So, okay. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try an experiment. I am going to just look for internal qualities only, and I'm going to try to override anybody that I would find grotesque physically. And I gave time to go out with on a date. And a date means I went out with, period. That's what a date means in my world. Two different fellows. One had these little kind of greasy hands, and he was writing all the time in Starbucks, and he was a journalist, and but he loved the work that I was doing, or so he pretended to, and was very encouraging. But he was kind of nebbishy and and he was portly and very soft and spongy. Maybe like 50 pounds of unexercised, so completely different type for me. Sedentary and cerebral. And the other fellow was long and skinny and tall and just like definitely if he was like a hoverer, the one that comes and kind of stands near you and just like you want to get away from. It was kind of he had the creepy factor. And I had two criterion. I like you've got to love my mind, you've got to love the way I think. That's it. And be looking at me as relationship material. And I went out with each one of them, and the one guy tried to lick my face like a cat. I think he was trying to kiss me, but I was just like, I couldn't take it. And the other guy was so fat, and he hassled the waitress over every single thing in his meal. And I thought, you don't diet. Why are you giving her 15 minutes of grief over how she's going to present it? You're not dieting, and I know this. And he was such a pain that I couldn't even get through a meal with him kvetching. And I thought, I just, I couldn't. So I failed my test, but I did it to the extreme. Okay. So I'm not saying that that was the best sample group, but that was my story. Two ugly guys. I tried. Thanks, Susan, for the advice opinion. It makes me feel better than that. Richard, absolutely. I would have done the same call on both levels. Okay. Let me go back to this. What is my definition of love? Good God Almighty. Oh, shit. That's a big one. I feel like those Miss Americas where they say, "Where is the state of Connecticut?" It's like, Afghanistan? Let's see. God. Love, I believe, is a quality that emanates from the highest part of us. And a lot like porn, we may not be able to describe it, but we know it when we experience it and we see it and we feel it. Um, I knew what love was from my father. My father gave me a template for unconditional love. As a matter of fact, when he held my hand as a little girl, I could feel the love coming through his hand. It was warm and it was connected. It was like an energy. And so much of this in love goes beyond verbal description. But once you've seen it and experienced it, you know what it is. Many women who've been married to the man that they call their husband suddenly tell me that they never knew what love was until they held their baby in their arms. So it is an overwhelming feeling of devotion, sacrifice, do anything for, just it is beyond the human experience because I truly believe it touches into the divine. It is a portal through which our highest and purest self comes forward. You know, it can be love of a country, it can be love of a human, it can be love of an animal, it can be love of an ideal. You know, these wonderful, courageous heroes, the firemen, God, they run into a burning house to save a child or a cat or a dog or something. That's love of a mission. That's belief in a philosophy of duty. And so it takes on many different component parts. But as for a relationship, love is where you feel that that person has this sense of devotion to you that's it goes the entire distance, meaning it is the opposite of conditional. If you lost a breast, if you lost a body part, there are guys that go off to war and come back to their partners and they don't have the use of their legs. They might not have legs. There are ladies that lose breasts. I mean, and your partner's there with you. And not out of a sense of like, oh, I should, this is the right thing to do. It's like they're with you, the you that exists inside this thing. And that's love. It's love. It's if you've ever been captured by love and felt not infatuation, but this love thing, you feel invincible. Your devotion and your power, it's unbelievable. I think it is. Um, I think it's like a quick form of spiritual hijacking. It's just like you're just on a different level. I hope that describes it for you. We've been together, Eleanor says we've been together 8 months and he's still not said it. I know he loves me, but I don't want to say it first. How do I get him to say it? Eleanor, I would love to give you a consultation because I don't have enough time really to ask every single question I'd have to. But here's the thing. If you know they love you, see, that's the thing. Yeah, so many people are going for the words because they just want to hear the words. Anybody can say the words. In your heart of hearts, do you know they love you? Do you feel that they're there for you? Are they really there for you? And I mean, there for you means when it is not convenient for them. Love means that what I'm doing for you could be a sacrifice on my end, sacrificing my time, my desire. I'm compromising where I want to go. And I don't mean to be, codependent or anything like that, but do they really want to go and hang out for a weekend, while you and your sister go antiquing? Probably not. Be partnered up with some guy that they're supposed to be buddies today and sit in a basement and watch TV because the girls are out doing something. That's love for you that they're there. Any more than you want to sit and watch some dumb game that you're not interested in. Maybe something like golf, where even if you play it, you're bored to death watching them. I am. And you got to sit all afternoon and watch the Masters or watch a UFC fight when you're dining. That's used to be with me, with my partner, having dinner and he's watching UFC. That was my loving contribution to him. Not the best, people their ears are coming off, they're bleeding. I just like, oh God. So yeah. Okay, onward. Let's see. Let's see. Richard, okay, you're cracking up. Trista, good for you. You're so funny, Susan. Advice for maintaining no contact from me, the dumper, pop. Most no contact advice I see is for the one who was dumped. Okay. I'm going to guess you had good reason to leave this person, and those are your boundaries. And I would repeat to yourself why you, as the dumper, needs to exit this relationship. It's probably extremely unhealthy. Just keep reminding yourself of the cost. You didn't come to no contact out of nowhere. You got there and dumped a person because they're unhealthy for you. Jessa, $5. Hello, beautiful. If love's without condition, most relationships are not in love. That's true. But again, we vacillate from being our higher self to our lesser selves. Even people that are, listen, every human being, they can love you and be in love with you and still have a selfish moment. That's so it's the arc of a relationship. There's more plus side than downside. More accurate is to say, I love you in this moment. True love for pets and moms. Agree? Yes. As a dog mommy, you know, um, eh, Very few human beings can ascend to unconditional love. It is an ideal. We will have moments of being extraordinary in our self-sacrifice for another because we love them. The parents who sacrifice their life to save their child. That is love, okay? We're not always called upon to do that every day. I gotta remind you all, we're splitting hairs between the ideal and the realistic version of love. What I'd like you all to walk away with in this conversation is that one, if you've not had a partner say, I love you, ask yourself this, is it too soon for them to know? Am I just seeking the words because I'm an anxious attacher? Do I just want safety and security? And I don't even know if I'm in love with them yet. It takes a little bit of time to ferret that out. So, what security do I need to give myself to go through this transit and check in with how I really feel about how they're treating me? Okay, so that's important. Always check in with how do you feel within this relationship. I'm seeing a truck pull up here and I'm wondering when Nika is going to go into her to protect the house. Okay, number two, you're in a relationship. You know in your heart of hearts that they love you, but they haven't said it. So, two questions. One, why do you need to hear it when you know it? Isn't it a preference? Okay, so why have they not said it? I strongly suggest that you book a session with me. And I'm not trying to withhold anything, but I can't give you an exact answer. But I bet you money there's something that you're not seeing that if you opened up space for it, they would feel comfortable to say it to you. Additionally, the fear about who says I love you first. It's uncomfortable to say I love you first when they don't love you. I've done it. I've done it. And I've heard enjoy. Fuck, you enjoy. Alegria or like feliz. Like I don't need to hear those words. Oh, like not even thank you. I'm like, oh, we're here. Oh, okay. I'm standing here alone, right? Okay. Okay. If you love them first, don't ever say it if you can't own it. You've got to own it. When you say it, it is not to ask permission of them loving you. You are saying it because you are so powerful, so strong, and so certain that you don't give a damn whether they respond or not. You are not looking for an answer. It is a statement of fact. That is powerful. That is owning it. It's just like sleeping with somebody. Don't sleep with them and then turn around and wonder how they feel about you. If you wanted to sleep with them, accept that you made that choice. You made the choice for you. And if you're not making that choice for you, don't sleep with them. If you're making the choice to sleep with them, hoping they love you, you've already lost, and the chances are slim that you'll get there. Okay? Owning I love you is a statement of fact and very, very powerful. And whenever I've done it this way, I don't know why they start crying. They start crying, and I'm like, oh no, this is uncomfortable. Now I have to watch them cry. And they cry like a baby. Big, strong, powerful men just break down and cry like a baby. And I think it's because it's new. They've not seen it before, and they certainly don't know how to handle it, and they're kind of overwhelmed. So if you want to make your partner cry, just go ahead and do it, but you got to own it. Okay. Let me see what else we've got here because we're just about ready to wrap it up. By the way, before I go on with this, have you all been watching my interviews? Because I have a whole bunch of them stacked up. I really like the interview with Ken Reed because we are so comfortable together. I have other people that you'll see, and I don't know them very well, but I need to bring you more material, not just my material. I know what I know. There are conversations that other people are having for which I'm not an expert in that field. I can talk about it, but I like to share other people's feelings. So please let me know about if you're watching the other video interviews and if you like them. And also, are you tuning into the Susan Winters Show? Because on podcast, you're going to hear a lot of stuff that I'm not revealing here. I'm just doing straight up audio there. Okay, Pop, you are welcome. How can I learn to see someone objectively without idealizing them and ignoring their imperfections? Good luck. You're human. You're going to fall through that, bubble period when I'm strongly attracted to them because I usually do that. Okay, first of all, Annika, huge congratulations. You are very self aware. I do the same thing too. I see them, I grab. Am I anxious? I don't know. How would I be today if I were interested? I don't know. I don't know. If there's something you could do, you could just be out about it. Say, you know what? I tend to really like people right away, and I tend to go at a very fast pace and want them. So I might do that with you. I don't know. What do you feel about that? You know it. You are attracted to the dream. Don't confuse the dream with the person. Okay? The person is not the dream. The dream is the dream. Okay? And I think you know what I mean by that. I don't have that slogan. I just have this. Consider this today. What if it's all perfect? These are I wear my merch. I don't know if you do. I wear my merch all the time. Let's see. I hope I answered that. Annika, pace yourself. Know what you know. You're going to make mistakes. I want to remind all of you the bubble that we go into is hormonally dictated. For guys, they're getting testosterone. You're all getting dopamine. You're getting hits. You're getting oxytocin when you sleep with them. We are drugged in the honeymoon period. It's like trying, you just got to understand. We try to filter before sex. We try to filter when we're still clear minded. But females, once we start having sex, it's off into the races. Guys, when you're building the fantasy about us before you've had us, that's when you're off to the races. So the meeting of the two is a little bit different time arc. Okay. Try to pace yourself, go slowly. Let's see, what else do we have? Oops, I'm late. Hello to all. Jean P, how are you doing? Do you believe in a twin flame connection? I do, and you don't want one. I've had mine, and believe me, it brought me to where I am today. The twin flame thing, I can tell you one thing: it will find your soul purpose within it. The one who is aware that they are having a twin flame experience is the one who is awake. The one they are awakening, they want to go back to dreaming. Please, I'm seeing these people like, I found my twin flame. It is such, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. It's a beautiful concept, but it is, you are two halves trying to find each other. There is always one resistant and one not. The one who is awakened is really in for a tough ride because you can see everything you want to create. The dream is so clear. You can just see they're going to walk right into it. And they start to, and then they fight you. And then they pull away because they're not ready. It's a tough path. I got to tell you. Linda, you are welcome. Okay, I am going to have to go pretty soon. Let's see. Please do an interview with Psych Hacks or Onion. Oh, or Ryan Terabin. Yep. Or Matthew. Like Matthew Hussey's got time to do this interview. I would love to. You know what? I'm trying to get better audio equipment. I'm going to tell you why. I've had horrible audio problems since I've moved to this computer. QuickTime, which I'm shooting on here, distorts the audio when you put it into 1080 dp. So I'm on a mission right now to find a way to give you better vocal quality without low res. It's quite a challenge without me having an entire sound studio and cameras all around me. Thank you for this. Listen, all of you, if you listen to the Susan Winters Show on podcast, please leave a comment. Please give me some stars on that, because I want to slowly start to move into that more than I am doing this as time goes on. And I love working here on camera, but I'd love to have conversations with all of you. And I just love the ease and the banter. The banter is different when you're doing just a voiceover with somebody and you're not having to worry about being on camera. It's just so much more natural. It really is great. So I'm hoping to move into that because I never knew how much I liked podcasts. I listen to them all the time just to learn and to have information. So I think they're really a great tool. And I don't think the market will ever be oversaturated because everybody finds their voice. Now, all of you, if you have not subscribed, please do so. I will not show up in your YouTube feed unless you subscribe, and you have to put on the notification bell. Remember, YouTube has done a huge shift over the last 2 years. I don't see any of my colleagues in my feed. I don't see any of my colleagues in my Instagram. None. All I get are new people. So they're when they want to do a shift, they suppress everybody else. I promise you, I'm here. There are so many people writing me saying, "Oh my God, Susan, I found you. I used to listen to you all the time." Yeah, because I'm buried. Please, if you don't subscribe, you're not going to find me. If you don't put on the notification bell, you won't know when I'm doing something. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Gwyneth, Richard, everybody. If you want a consultation, go to susanwinter.net. I don't mean to withhold any information from you, but I can really do so much better. One and done, get you in and out of the ER. It's an urgent care clinic, get you in. You can do it in 45 minutes, be done with it, and know exactly how to get the results you want. That's just the easiest way. I'm pretty accurate on this, but again, we're limited because I can't have back and forth. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Tune into the podcast. If you're in a mood to listen to Breakup, Triage, and Audible. Again, both are free if you're an Audible subscriber. Okay, both. Or the Allowing Magnificence book is really good in book form if you prefer to read, but they're both audio booklets now. Okay, everybody, I'll see you here next week. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gwyneth. Thank you all. Thank you, Richard. Take care, and most loving relationships I wish to come your way. Thank you, everybody. See you next week.